hugs. Get in. Free hug. They're giving away free hugs in here.
You know I'm definitely scared of wrestlers. You're welcome.
Feel free. Come on, join.
Now we're going to obligate you to ask a question.
It's going to be a fun time.
God, you didn't have to get that close. Jeez, good for you. I appreciate it.
No, we were talking to him. You are fine.
Yeah,
he can go all the way in the back. You are fine.
Get that guy
Get
over
him
here.
in the back.
Are you Uma Thurman right now? Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, okay. We go ahead.
When was that?
That was the last time we were in Florida.
Oh.
Yeah, this guy's a
He's got
connoisseur.
deep cuts.
Yeah, he knows all the deep cuts of Deadpool.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest
Hello,
this evening.
Brandon.
Joining us is our resident Luigi. You want to say hello, introduce yourself,
But now
talk a
you've
little bit about
stolen his
yourself?
whole introduction.
Well, no, he's got more than that.
No, I don't.
Nothing.
Brandon, Luigi, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm Brandon. I'm Luigi, and I'm new here.
8 days sober and...
It's been a long weekend, but we're here for one big final day of FSCW, and we've got some real fun stuff planned for you guys later. In the meantime, does anyone here in the audience have any questions for some of our lovely FSCW superstars? Oh, got one over here, right off the bat. I like it.
What's your hardest match you've ever done?
You want me to start with me? Hardest match. You know what? To bring it back to FSCW, you were bringing it up earlier. I can't remember who was Animate or Paradise City. We did you know the exact thing I'm doing. It was Deadpool was to wrestle a tag match and then get shot by Jinx, and then lay on the apron and then wake up and then wrestle Batroc and his goons. Part of the reason that was one of the hardest is because I had a stuffy nose that weekend, like I had a runny, so I was breathing out of my mouth. Well, the Deadpool mask went over top my face, so I was breathing out of my mouth. So every time I was breathing, it was sucking into my mouth. So I was basically waterboarding myself the entire time, and I wrestled 2 matches back to back. So I call it my Guantanamo Bay weekend. If you're curious how I felt about that weekend, I was like, I am miserable doing this, and I'm barely staying alive. So,
To be fair, you did wrestle Batroc, so your second match was kind of a pushover.
this is true, and also too, first night of this weekend, we had a brand new mask. Suit fit great, but the mask, felt like I could breathe pretty well. But it's a vinyl mask that has no air holes in it, and we found out first night that we have to put some air holes in it. So if you've noticed the difference between night 1 Deadpool and the rest of the weekend, that's because Deadpool can now breathe while he wrestles, as opposed to be wrestling with a plastic bag over his head. So
We wrestled one another, and he came to the back and said, was that okay? Because I blacked out there halfway through. I don't know what happened there. So. Yeah, it's fine. You did all right. Are we talking in general, or are we talking like just FSCW? Not to name drop anybody. I wrestled the Young Bucks a couple years ago. This guy gets me.
I remember that.
And it was just like, they weren't necessarily the biggest names I'd ever wrestled, but like the very insanely fast-paced style. Not exactly the most agile. I'm agile. I'm not the most speed efficient person. So just kind of trying to keep up with all that was more mentally difficult. Like, am I going to scroll this up? Am I going to look like a jackass? It turned out really well, but that was probably more mentally difficult, and that's usually the hardest. So, all right, bye, Uma. Bye. Guy that maybe should have been John Travolta? I don't know.
How about Luigi? Luigi, what's the biggest challenge you've faced so far in your career?
I think physically, the hardest matches I've ever had are whenever I have to wrestle James Drake, because he takes pride on like destroying you. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not a very stout person. So like when he slaps me, I think my like breastplate is going to break every time. I think like from a nerves perspective though, it was when I had to wrestle Shane Douglas. Because like I grew up hating ECW, but I really loved Shane Douglas for some reason.
Get off our panel.
yeah, seriously, Shane Douglas is on my bucket list, sir. Like, your toughest day is my dream match.
Yeah, so.
Well, Well, we know physically, but what about emotionally,
I
spiritually?
just said Shane Douglas.
Okay, that's fine.
Emotional.
We'll count.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you wrestle Boogeyman and Kozlov, all right? Why don't you do that?
Book me.
Boogeyman's my dream day.
I'll put anyone over. I legitimately sent Tracy a message for Wrestle K last year. I was like, hey, I'll put Gilbert over.
You're a brave
Okay,
man.
so you want to steal my gimmick too? Go right ahead. It's all right.
Jake, you can't do this forever.
Introducing Kurt Hawkins at the end of the table, guys, if you're curious. You know.
We got a bunch of jobbers up here. I just realized. It's great. All except for Zane.
No, jobber. Nah. I won my first one last night.
Hey, man. It's the first time for everything. That's right. You know, it's funny. Everyone goes, oh, hey, Batroc, you were in that tag match. You were on the winning team. And I was like, yeah, but I wasn't officially part of the match. I was just there, and it was happening around me. And they were like,
I think you should talk about how, like, the best victory of your life.
yeah, that's what I'm going to do, but it's not gonna go well in my favor.
Oh, by the way, he's Batroc, in case you didn't.
Yeah. In case the mustache and,
yeah.
you know, French demeanor didn't give it away.
that big shiner you have.
Yeah,
he also has.
Yeah, it's from Jason swinging me like a crusty baguette against the side of the ring post during the Rumble. I know we got a couple people who joined us a little bit coming in. Do you guys have any questions for our FSCW wrestlers? Oh, I'll be right over to you in just a second.
Which wrestler did you watch growing up?
Who's your inspiration? Who'd you watch growing up that inspired you guys to become pro wrestlers?
Woo, I don't know if this is politically correct to talk about this wrestler anymore. But I will tell you the exact match that made me want to be a professional wrestler, because I always felt like that you had to be like a super big guy to be a pro wrestler, because you always heard Stone Cold Steve Austin build at 6'3", 250 pounds. The Rock, 6'5", 270 pounds. And I was a fan who was maybe 200 pounds, 5'11", and I was like, man, I will never be a pro wrestler. But it wasn't until 2003, Royal Rumble, Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit. And I was like, wow, those guys are roughly about the same size as me. It turns out they're a little bit, Chris Benoit was a little bit shorter, but they build them, it's the same height as me. And I'm like, well, okay, well, these are bigger guys. They're in a title match. Maybe this is doable. And if I didn't see that match, I probably wouldn't be a professional wrestler. So that was probably, I would say, the thing that made me want to be a pro wrestler. And the light bulb went on that people my size could do it. So that would be my answer.
Errol, who made you want to be a pro wrestler?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for those just joining us, we have two of our lovely FSCW ladies joining us this evening. Would you ladies like to go ahead and introduce yourselves, say hello to these lovely, lovely fans?
Hi, I'm Clara Sinclair and I play Ray in FFCW. Oh, it's mine now. You gave it to me, it's mine.
My name is Ariel Monroe, and I play Oro Monroe, also known as Storm, and your current FSCW Women's Champion.
Current.
Wakanda forever.
Oh, you finally got it out loud.
Yeah, without Dave messing it up. Or Rick, sorry, without Rick messing it up.
Dave's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
How you doing, guys?
Come join us. We want
Take it on in.
friends.
Go all the way in.
We're friendly.
Okay, fine.
Okay, or don't.
Oh, fine then, that's fine. We don't. Oh, no.
No. We got three. We're passing around for the table. So,
Look at that.
Bill again with a VIP
pull that out of
MVP
his pocket?
Give it up
status.
for Bill.
Bill Nye, the microphone guy.
No,
Three-fourths
no
of our
wonder we
budget
can't
on
get raises. They've spent so much money on multiple microphones.
3/4 of our budget on
Right.
microphones.
This is great. I feel like we're official now, guys.
Can I just take this microphone as my pay? Like,
This
can
is
I?
mine now.
This is mine now.
Take it home, put it in a shadow box on the wall.
So, what was the question? Who won?
Who inspired you to want to be a pro wrestler? Who did you watch growing up?
Actually, I'm from Clearwater, Florida, and I lived really, really close to Hulk Hogan. And so being around him and Macho Man for majority of my childhood, that pretty much made me want to go into it. But of course, Linda, she always told me never become a wrestler and never marry a wrestler. I did not listen to either one of those. She is actually still upset with me. Linda Hogan. Yeah. We had to pick a side.
Little name drop there, Ariel.
Sorry.
Linda Hogan.
Pick that up,
Family friend.
Linda.
Ariel with a humble
Well, at
brag.
least I didn't say Terry.
Well, Well, Uncle Tezza. Uncle Tezza.
Yeah.
How about you, Zane? Who's on that list for you?
This would be like would be Dusty Rhodes, probably most. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's more over in our panel than anyone else.
Right?
You'd think he was the FSCW Women's Champion.
You would think so.
If only.
Nowadays,
If
he could
only.
be.
Oh
He could have
man,
been.
it's gonna be Alex Chamberlain soon, so it's whatever.
Same.
Dusty Rhodes, though, for sure. He was just a big guy, and he's the everyman, very relatable, large stature, always having a good time, it would seem, but when it was time to be serious, he would still kick some ass, so. Dusty. What about you, Brandon, baby?
Eddie Guerrero was my first favorite, but Jimmy Jacobs was the wrestler who made me realize that I could do this too, because I was in Chicago for the Age of the Fall debut, and just that visual of him in the middle of the ring with Jay Briscoe bleeding on top of him, I was like, oh cool, my skinny little emo self can do this too. Let's go.
There's hope for emos after all.
There is.
There is. How about you, Clara? Who's on that list for you?
So what made me want to be a wrestler was just thinking it looked real fun on TV, if I'm honest. Me and my friend moved into a flat and we didn't have cables, so we stole the cable from upstairs, but we could only watch what they were watching. And they were watching Monday Night Raw. We didn't have anything else to watch, so we watched it, and I was like, oh, that looks really, really fun. So for me, it actually came me thinking it would be fun for myself before I went back and then sort of discovered people like Victoria, who I was like, I really, really loved her style. She was a badass, but she's so pretty and wore sexy stuff. I was like, ooh, okay. But yeah, for me, the wrestling looking fun came first, and then I found guys that I loved, like Victoria and The Undertaker and all of that stuff. Yeah.
Some real solid answers all around. I know we had a question right over here for this young lady. What was your question for these amazing people over here?
Actually, it's just a comment, and since you two came, it's even more relevant. It was our first time last night watching you guys. We're huge wrestling fans, but it was awesome, and we had such a good time, and we'll be watching again for sure.
Thank you.
We live
Will you be-
local, so
you.
we'll be checking you out.
Will you be here this evening?
That's still debatable.
Stop debating.
I'm just
Let's hear
being,
an answer.
I'm just being honest. We have a pay-per-view that I've been waiting for, but it's going to record.
Who's on that pay-per-view?
I can
What?
watch it later.
Not anybody I know.
There's a pay-per-view today?
What if I told you?
No one I'm married to is on that pay-per-view. Bump that. Come see me. Not my husband. Bump him.
Choose the right spouse.
Cedric Alexander. Yeah, no.
Hey.
Don't
Is
watch
that
him.
the
Watch
second name drop
me.
of the night? No?
Yeah.
Watch
Wait a
me.
minute, it's
This
only
purple
hard.
belt matters more than his, okay?
She's just start randomly
Hey.
saying things.
Let's hope we reach a compromise. That pay-per-view is going to be on demand as soon as it's over. This
Yeah.
show
On the
will not-
WWE Network for only
It's only
$9.99.
Yeah, $9.99.
So
I have an app if
you
you want to
missed
watch it
it-
afterwards. Exactly, see?
We
That-
start at 6. We'll be done by 7:30.
The debate over. Come see us live, which will not be replayed.
I just talked about being emo and you don't want to come.
Unblock yourself, sir. Unblock yourself.
Wow.
Don't be her block, be her rock, okay?
Yes,
Exactly.
yes, bars.
No one
Put it on
likes
a t-shirt.
no one likes an FSCW blocker, all right?
Right.
That's the number one rule. You don't block FSCWs. How about you, sir?
This isn't really a question. This is just a comment. I would like to thank you all for going viral on the internet for the Jeffrey incident. That was so cool to see. I saw it on audiowrestling.com this morning, and I was like, I was there, and so congratulations on going viral.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't think you need to thank us for that though. That's all of you guys sharing it and getting it out there. That was all me.
Yeah,
that whole thing was me.
Take that
You're
panda.
gonna drop your own name as much
The
as
panda
possible.
is over.
She came up to me and was
Jeffrey
like,
Lynn.
"Yeah,
Obama,
I have this
I'd
idea
like
for a
that.
giraffe," and I thought that's really dumb. We
For
should
those of
never
you
do that.
not aware of what he was talking about, we had our first ever massive, many human and animal and creature rumble 2 nights ago, and it was an over-the-top elimination, and one of the final entrants into the match was Jeffrey the Giraffe from Toys R Us, and he came in standing at a well over 8 feet tall, laid waste to Dovahkiin, Star-Lord, everyone was afraid, and then Gangrel came out, and he the only man I've ever seen make an Amazon purchase via phone call, called Amazon and said, Amazon Prime, I'm subscribed. You get that box and you get it here now. Sure enough, our delivery guy showed up with an Amazon Prime box and he eliminated Jeffrey, just like Amazon eliminated Toys R Us.
Oh, symbolism.
Sad, man.
That's right. And
That's right.
Right.
Still a Toys R Us kid for us, that's for sure.
As of this morning, it's hit 1.1 million views online.
It's 2.5.
2.4.
We're at 2.5 now.
2.5, 2.4.
5 million.
And
now.
we were on live feature on Sports Center this morning.
San Diego Comic-Con. Holler at your girl.
We got SB Nation. We were picked up by Barstool Sports, ESPN. It's been
Made it over to the UK, man. Like,
Did it?
Yeah,
Wow.
Dan sent me a link this
Scott,
morning.
listen,
I
Made
think
it
it
to my
says a
mother
lot.
country.
I think it says a lot that I was more stoked that we got picked up by Barstool than ESPN.
we were not really prepared for this. We were just out here to have some fun and do some goofy characters. The next thing you know, we're getting national. That's a word.
Yeah, I was actually rooting against the spot. I thought it was the dumbest thing.
Oh, yeah, I was.
On the run sheet, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to just worry about everything up until then, and then this goofy thing's going to happen, and just get it over with. I don't care from that point. So any of the thank yous, it's not for me. I was actually trying to ixnay it from even happening. Just
Way to
let
go,
you know.
Jake.
Well, but now that we're on Disney's radar, we're probably going to get sued and shut down anyway. So
Right.
there's that. So
Yeah.
thanks everybody for clapping about our
Yeah, exactly.
Our
our
last hurrah.
unemployment that will go
Yeah.
along with Jeffrey Giraffe. Hopefully we can stay at his place.
Thanks, you guys.
Our last hurrah.
Start a petition that could be in the
Good
next
run,
X-Men
kid.
movie. Because,
It was a good run. I'm glad you enjoyed your first and last FSCW show, man.
One and done.
Anyone else have any other cosplay? Yes. Oh, we got a question over here. Yes, sir. I'm on my way. Man on the street.
Yes, Dwayne Wade is the best Heat player of all time, if
What's
that's the
your
question you're
question,
asking.
friend?
Any new characters that are coming out?
Is there any new characters showing up that you guys know about or care to share?
Trying to get the spoilers on? You're
Yeah.
trying to tell
Dirt
Meltzer
sheets,
the
man.
sheets?
Man.
Dirt sheets are picking us up now. That's how you know we made it.
I won't be specific about a character that I know that's coming, but we upcoming we have in Raleigh for Supercon. We have people from Steven Universe that's going to start off. I think that's going to be fun, a good little dynamic.
Yeah, there's a lot of big stuff coming, so keep your guys' eyes peeled and on our social medias, because I don't know if you guys saw, we did live stream the shows to our Facebook page and stuff, so even if you guys aren't able to physically make it to a show, if you guys aren't able to travel to Raleigh, I'm sure we're probably going to have someone in that audience recording, or at the very least watching our Jeffrey Giraffe moments, and keeping your eyes on that to see who shows up at an FSCW ring, because really, there's not really any boundaries. As long as they're not under contract by a major corporation, you know, we're pretty much open season. Come on in, everybody, join us. We're doing an FSCW Q&A. If anyone has any questions, feel free to throw that hand up. Oh, Johnny Bravo's got a question. Man, he's pretty.
Yes.
No, only in voice.
Only in voice.
All right. Well, this question is in regards to the two mamas sitting up beside you guys. With the arrival of the second annual Mae Young competition coming up, is there a slight possibility we could see one of you two lovely lassies competing for an opportunity to be the second last to win such a prestigious honor that Kairi Sane had the opportunity to partake in?
You never know. You just never know.
Yeah, you never know. Storm may just be up in there, man.
Oh, yeah. Storm and Ray in the final. We're going to kill it.
That's
never
my
know.
pick for the
I
finals.
guess you'll just have to watch.
I bet Vince can make Storm's thunder and lightning go off better, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey,
Yeah.
all we got to do is have Undertaker stand
I don't know,
ringside.
they're
He
not
literally
allowed
made
pyro
lightning hit the
anymore.
ring once.
That's
we
a
not get
tag
the
team
Undertaker
dream
treatment
right
out
there.
here?
Undertaker and Storm.
Well, they're
Brother.
not allowed pyro anymore, so
I'll-
you wouldn't
I'll
be
take
allowed
it.
it.
No,
You gotta do
they-
thunder without
they'll-
pyro.
No, they'll make an exception.
Hey, Daniel Bryan did it on SmackDown, man.
Yeah, but it's Daniel Bryan. Come on.
Yeah, man.
I am Storm.
She's
Come
Storm.
On. Come on.
She knows Hulk Hogan.
Omega level mutant.
Right.
Goat man. Come on.
Right?
She could take him.
She knows Terry and Linda.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I forgot
Terry
you
and
knew
Linda.
And-
And Cedric.
And Mr.
knows
Poffo
Cedric.
as well,
And
or
Cedric.
used
How do you know
to.
Cedric?
Huh?
How do you know Cedric?
How do I know Cedric?
How do you know
She
Cedric?
threw that down right away.
Yeah, I know. That's sarcasm.
Check the ring, son.
It's sarcasm. It's a joke.
Kiss it.
Kiss the ring. Does anyone else in our audience have any questions?
So you're trying to say that
Steven
me and-
Universe, speaking of Mr. Beach City himself,
Actually, I'm married to T'Challa.
the Beach City bad boy, Steven Universe.
What is your dream match?
In here in FSCW or in general?
In general.
In general. Any dream match at all. You get to step in there with one of the all-time greats. Or not so greats.
I need some time.
You wanna
Like
push
living
over
or
it?
dead?
Okay, well,
No, you.
Ladies first.
I would really like to wrestle Charlotte Flair because, like, to me, she's about the same size as me. So I'm like, oh, mate, we could do some crazy stuff. But she's just so amazing in the ring. Like, I'd love to be in there with her at WrestleMania, obviously. Main event, of course, for the WWE Heavyweight Championship.
You know, if I had to put it in specifications.
Just off the top of your
Not
head.
that I thought about this at all.
for the most amount of money on the biggest stage of the world, please.
Main event.
I haven't really thought about it before.
Are we going with like realistic possibilities or like
No.
living or dead?
Anything is possible.
Go
in
crazy with it.
pro
All right,
wrestling.
let me tell you about this guy named Lee.
Which if
Fat.
you were
Jerry
just
the
like,
giraffe went against Gangrel. Come on.
which
Oh,
if you
Jeffrey,
just gave some
Jeffrey.
random name, it'd be like it would just be like, man, it's real sad dreams you have.
Well, let me tell you about my life. No, realistically, Jimmy Jacobs again. Like, I just love everything he does. I don't really think about a stage. I just want the match.
That's fair. That's
would
fair.
you awe?
Hey man, everyone, is that sweet? That's
Yeah,
that's,
the back
that's-
parking
that-
lot. And,
Everyone always wants to meet their idols. Very few want to punch them in the face and beat them up in a wrestling ring.
But take care of his knees.
Love.
Watch the knees.
My dream would be, and it's really ironic because he just said, just announced he'd be wrestling again. Is a Japanese wrestler Takeshi Morishima. So it'd be the dream. Now that he's back, FSCW. I only want to wrestle in FSCW.
E Honda. I want to see E Honda and Roadhog. Yeah, right. How badass would that be?
I don't think he'd get it. He'd just beat the piss out of him.
I mean, that's all E
Which
Honda
is cool,
does.
man. I'm in. Like I don't.
Like these.
I'm gonna want 2 microphones though.
I know you've put this qualification on a couple of times when people ask for dream matches, but since you did put the qualification on it, actually my dream match will never happen because it's with a wrestler that's deceased, but you said get as crazy as you want, and I think breaking time and space is crazy as I want. My all-time match, if I could ever pick one match in this entire universe, would have to be me versus Brad Armstrong, which is the weirdest answer you're ever going to hear. Because a lot of you don't even know who he is, but he was he's one of the best wrestlers ever, like easiest to work with. And when I was a kid watching WCW Saturday Night, like my favorites were Arn Anderson, Bobby Eaton as a blue blood of all things, and Brad Armstrong. And to me, like Brad Armstrong was just like, man, that guy is the coolest. He's such a good wrestler. He deserves far more than what he's getting. And one of my nicknames with my wrestling trainer was Bullet Jake Manning because I look like Brad Armstrong when I did have hair. So like Brad Armstrong's always been like my favorite and my go-to. So, and if we're talking time and space, also Bobby Eaton in the early 90s. If I could wrestle that awesome of Bobby Eaton and have the greatest match of all time, I'd wrestle Bobby Eaton early 90s. Time and space.
If we're talking space, Mars.
Yes.
Mars. The whole planet.
My dream match opponent would be Kyle O'Reilly. It's one of my like secret, I guess, wrestling loves is that I adore him in the ring.
Ooh, I'm telling Cedric.
I know, right? Don't do this to me. But he's phenomenal, like in every way. I love his style. I love how he like hits really hard and it just pops up out of nowhere. He changes gears so effortlessly. It's him. I would want to wrestle him.
What about
Anywhere.
me?
I've already wrestled you.
God.
I would want to wrestle Kyle. I love you, Bunny.
Thank you.
You guys wrestled the other night.
I mean, but not in a singles.
But not in a single. We've never done a singles, actually. We've
Yeah.
always done like 3-ways and stuff.
Sooner or later, it will be Ray versus Storm.
Book it, FSCW.
Yeah.
Because no one.
Also on Mars.
Also on Mars.
No, Jupiter.
Oh, there we go. Picking a different planet in the solar system. Oh, Mr. Flintstone, yabba dabba doo, sir. What is your question for our FSCW superstars?
If in the future you decided to change your FSCW persona, I know you just did, which was awesome. Love the Storm. If one day you decided, hey, I want to do a different character, what would be your top character you'd want to portray one day?
I'd want to do Maleficent, like for real. Like I'd want to do Maleficent with the horns, big stuff. Just come out and promo with my English accent and be like, "Haha, Americans!" Oh. I love it. And I want a bird. I want a bird, Dan. Where's Dan gone?
And a
He's
dragon.
not buying you a bird. It's weird that you said that.
I want a bird.
What?
Aww.
Bet you're
You
buying
bought
another
me a
microphone.
BB-8, but you won't buy me a crow.
Yeah, and we haven't even used the
standards.
BB-8.
You just roll around backstage like this would be so cool to use. Nah.
He doesn't work. He gets stage fright. I have tried 3 times.
He's but a boy.
We have a really rad BB-8 in the back, guys. You're just never going to see him because for some reason the remote control will not work when we want it to.
Only when we're practicing.
Yeah,
does
only
it
when we
work.
mess with it.
But when it's showtime, he's like, nope.
Called Justin BB.
Oh, maybe.
I haven't really given a lot of thought to this because I'm still like so new to everything. But when they were originally bringing me on, they pitched the idea of me being Lupin the Third, which is really cool to me because I loved that anime when I was a young kid. But also, like, there's a lot of similarities between myself and my real life and that character. So it wouldn't actually have to be that hard to do because you just kind of have to be like whatever mood you're in and not talk to women well. And that is just so great.
Wait, dude, are you trying to say you're an international jewel thief?
Yeah.
And a cartoon.
Yeah.
And you can't talk to women. I don't think it's a problem. If you can steal jewelry, you don't need to be able to talk to women. Like, it's all good.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
What are you trying to say about women?
Give
amount
them
of times
jewelry.
Fujiko's laid hands
I
on
don't know.
that dude.
Look down
What
at
are
the
you
rock on your finger and tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Said you stole that ring. You know it.
He did. Stole it from Jerry.
I would want to be Green Lantern Kilowog. That's what I would really love to be. But I don't think I want to wear all of the like prosthetics that go with that. I don't really want to. Just a ring. Everybody will get it. Oh, that guy's Kilowog. That's it. I'm gonna wear this too. But yeah, I think that's who I'd like to be.
The logistics would probably be a nightmare on it. We'd probably have to have 3M to design what we would need to do for this character because of his special power. But I'm a huge Cyclops fan. But doing the blaster would be next to impossible. Like, I don't even know if there'd be any technology to convey that. I guess, and people just pretend like I'm shooting you with lasers, but Cyclops is my all-time favorite character. A close second would probably be Han Solo, but all my matches would be like 3 seconds long because I shoot first. So that's just...
I beat that guy in 12 parsecs.
Just give yourself powers then. I don't want you to change.
Just be happy. Don't go changing, man, Scout.
So actually I'll be the Wolverine version of Deadpool where I have the laser shooting on my eyes.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the fair compromise. So
I'm not changing. I'm fabulous. I love being Storm. It's totally different from my, who I actually am. So I get to, do my little top model power walk and be like a goddess in the ring and the queen. So
I love it when she puts her stuff on backstage. She just gets this swag and just
I completely change.
back.
Like usually I'm backstage, I'm goofing around, making jokes and everything like that. But once that suit comes on, brother,
He's a jerk.
yeah,
lay down
I
at my
am the
feet.
queen. Like
I'm the
I
queen of
walk
Wakanda.
with purpose, and like I don't say excuse me, nothing. I'm just like everybody just parts like Moses in the Red Sea. They're just like, oh shit, she's got it. Sorry kid. Oh crap.
Oh crap.
Oh crap.
Oh poop.
I'd like to change my answer really quick
Sorry.
now that I've thought about it for more than 10 seconds.
You can't
Scott's
say
not through
Storm.
with me
I'm
yet.
not going to
can't
say
say
Storm.
Storm.
I'm not gonna
Pray
say
for
Storm.
me.
It's a legitimate answer. Have y'all ever heard of Punk Rock Spider-Man?
Oh.
It's the exact same thing, but he has a denim vest. So
Oh, he's got a mohawk.
there we go. Oh yeah, he has
Yeah.
he
He's
has
got a
he has the
mohawk.
mohawk.
That's it.
So yeah,
There's only one person with a mohawk in here, brother.
it's a fake mohawk. It's not.
What you
real.
gonna do?
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna have a fake
When
mohawk.
Linda.
Now we gotta
you
have a
gotta call Linda.
mohawk face off. Anybody else here in the audience have any questions for our FSCW wrestlers? No? All right, well, I got a question for you guys. Good thing I came prepared.
Right.
So, if you are stepping into the ring for the first time and you are going to follow your dreams of being a pro wrestler, and you could give some advice to upcoming, aspiring young pro wrestlers, people who wanted to go and seek out training, people who wanted to get in the ring for the first time, what would be some advice that you could impart upon them so that their journey does not go south and they don't get bitter and hate it and say, man, wrestling sucks?
Don't do it.
Oh,
No.
don't say that.
Don't say that.
I always say to people, have fun. Like, honestly, if you want to work in an office, go work in an office. If you want to be a wrestler, you got to take the good with the bad. And wrestling's supposed to be fun. Don't take it seriously. Don't do anything that's going to hurt yourself unless you're confident in the move, unless you have confidence in your move, and just have fun with it, because life's too short to come backstage and be like, oh, I threw a forearm wrong. Oh my God, I'm going to have to go and sit in a corner and cry. I know I did it the other night, so don't pull me on it. But you just got to have fun, man. You got to have fun. That's what wrestling's supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun. So just try and ignore all of the stuff that comes with it. And yeah, I think I said fun about 100 times then. Fun, 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 fun.
I would take the advice of Tom Brady, and pliability is very important because you get beat up a lot. So I would make sure that hey, make sure you stretch out, take care of your body, drink plenty of water. I know pro wrestlers romanticize the days of getting drunk and getting crazy the night, and then the next day wrestling. Even though that's kind of what we do here at FSCW every single night, but that's very detrimental. So you want your career to last as long as possible, and when you do that, you want to be adaptable and be able to stretch and give and pull and all that stuff, not just physically but mentally, emotionally, and even on some level spiritually. So pliability and adaptability.
Give your all. Put your whole heart into it. Don't just give a little bit and be like, oh, I'm not getting anywhere, because that's usually when you plateau. But you give it your all, give it 110%. Attitude is everything. If you do the little numeric system with the attitude, with how you spell attitude, it equals out to 100%. So give it your all.
Ron Swanson said it best from Parks and Rec. Don't half-ass two things, whole-ass one thing.
Yes. Whole ass.
Mine would be to make yourself irreplaceable. Know how to set up a ring, you piece of crap.
Sorry, we're having a panel.
Hey, to be fair, he wasn't scheduled to be part of this panel. He didn't know to silence his phone.
I'm supposed to be asleep right now.
He's a special guest.
Wake up, Brennan.
I am.
Know how to set up a ring. Know how to drive the trailer that the ring is in. And be able to be the first match, be the last match, be the middle match. Know your place on a card. Know how to write a card. Know the psychology to everything. Absolutely every aspect of it, because when your body gives out, your mind can keep going. So
That's really good advice.
kind of where I put my focus more so these days, is backstage more so, writing shows, putting those together, promoting those, all that kind of stuff. Make yourself irreplaceable, because first name, last name, jacked body guys are a dime a dozen, but people that really understand it and get it are far and few between.
From personal experience, being open-minded helps you out a lot. It just makes you easier to work with, and people enjoy that, we could probably do this with him, run it by him, and he wouldn't have the worst reaction in the world to it. A year ago, I never thought I would be at a Comic-Con wrestling as Luigi. I thought I was going to do my serious guy stuff for my whole career and maybe go somewhere with it. But now, Zane brought it up to me, and I'm having fun doing it. So be open-minded.
Wrestling in front of the biggest crowds ever.
Jesus, yeah.
Follow your dreams. Spread your wings and learn to fly.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Wayne Gretzky.
Michael Scott.
Michael Scott.
I always say Michael Jordan said it, so it's whatever. I don't.
Another one Wayne Gretzky's dad said is, don't be where the puck is, be where the puck is going to be. Don't try to be the next so-and-so. Don't try to be the next Stone Cold Steve Austin or the next The Rock or the next CM Punk. Try to be your own person. Try to be the best you that you can be. That way, when people see you, they don't look at you and say, oh, he's like so-and-so. They say, oh, no, he's that person and he has his own thing. They don't compare you to some other people. That's like when they say, oh, what does this taste like? Oh, it tastes like this. It's like a cheaper version of that. Oh, okay, cool. Well, this is this guy, and he has his completely own unique persona, his own unique personality, and there's no one like him out there. And there's a lot of people like that. A lot of people who step out and they create these new personas. A lot of these people that are sitting here, honestly, have wholly unique personalities and personas when they're in the ring, and they don't resonate like any other people do. They don't say, oh, they don't look at Zane Riley and say, oh, he's kind of like so-and-so. They're like, no, that's Mr. 305 Live. Like, there's no one like him. Irreplaceable. I love you, Zane. So, I know we got a couple of late bloomers to the party. Anyone have any questions for our FSCW wrestlers? Oh, we got one over here. Putting in the footwork. That's another thing. Is don't be afraid to travel.
Do you have super brains in this?
Do we have super brains? No, we don't have super brains in FSCW, but who knows what the future holds, really. We could even see a Greninja or maybe even a Mewtwo up in there. Arceus would be a little bit hard because he's literally the god of all Pokemon. But
What is this super brain?
Super Brains is from Plants vs. Zombies, right? What? Oh, you heard him. That's the one it's from. So, did you have a question? I saw your hand was up. Yeah, you did. Nice hat, by the way.
How long have you guys been doing this, or how long it took you to get to where you're at now?
I'm hitting 11 years now.
I'm currently at 15 long, unsufferable years. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get where I want to get, but I'm as close as I'm going to be. So, that's true.
Live your best life.
I'm in the middle of my 4th year.
I think I'm like 5 or 6 years. I can't really remember, but so I started off really weird in wrestling. Like I debuted in China, so it's been, yeah. It's my little debuted in China. What?
Linda.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where I started. Oddly.
It'll be 4 years in August.
4 years. Oh, you guys got a nice variance between your time here.
Yeah, and if you add up Ariel's, Claire's, and Luigi's, they don't come close to my total. So I'm 1,000 years old, if you guys are curious. I do look great for 1,000, though. I think at 1,050, that's where the skin starts to go down the hill. So just if you're curious.
It's that melanin, man.
He's got that sweet ass
Jake's got that melanin.
Lazarus pit at home that kind of helps him out.
Mm-hmm. It's good for the shoulders.
All right, time for another
shot,
question.
Jake.
This is one that I get asked a lot, and it always gets some very interesting and unique answers. If you could choose anyone who's not currently involved in FSCW, and you could fantasy cast them, you pick, here's this wrestler, here's this character, come play with us in this wonderful world of FSCW, who would you choose and why?
Oh, I got one right off the top. Because I'm Deadpool. And of course, Deadpool 2, we had Domino, and I would love to cast Nicole Savoy as that, just so I can make her do all of the work, and I just tag in and do Deadpool stuff while she suplexes everybody repeatedly as Domino.
I like this. Dan? Where's Dan? Dan.
He just yelled, hey.
But can we get Lil Swole in here, please? For Domino, Nicole Savoy?
Yeah,
please?
she's going to be the next champion. I hope you're happy.
No.
You just booked your defeat.
Careful what you wish for.
She can't beat me, though.
Tell me about your replacement. Triple H is going to be Thor.
Hey, he's got the hammer.
I say it every time. Triple H is Thor.
I've got a couple. I want Walter to be Colossus. Yeah, like I want everyone to just get murdered. And then
Remember what you wish for.
and then I don't know why this just keeps standing out in my head, but Matt Sydal as Marvel Noir Spider-Man would just be so cool to me, because he still does all the acrobatics and everything like that, but Matt talks really weird. So I think he could pull off a noir accent.
So I for sure want a Doctor Who character, and I Yeah, I definitely say Jack Gallagher has to be Doctor Who because
Hold on, let me
you
get
have
this
like
ready.
a British guy doing like British styles.
Which doctor?
Somebody
Well,
else
he's the
drop
new
the
one.
name of
Doctor
their
Who can be anyone. He
WWE
regenerates. Remember?
spouse.
Regenerates.
Good answer.
She's a woman right now, so like.
That's true.
It could be him in one and then you in the next one.
Yes! Oh my god, that would be fun.
So you could wrestle each other as like a doctor off.
Doctor versus Doctor.
Yeah.
I was gonna go into that avenue. With who? With Cedric. Being Black Panther.
You already name dropped your husband. Shush.
Tag team match: Ray and the Doctor versus Storm and Black
Alright,
Panther.
I so want that to happen one day.
I'm gonna name drop my
Wakanda versus
husband.
all of time and space.
Bruh. Let's make it. Dan?
You guys are putting the bookers in a real hard position here.
Dan. It's not. It's a mask. Put him on.
Yeah, we'll put masks on them. It'd be
Dan,
fine.
how does my closest idea
prosthetics.
sound?
Why is that doctor wearing a luchador mask?
Time and space, brother.
I can see a ginger mustache pointing out. What is it?
Keeps playing with that umbrella. That's weird.
Oh my god, we have so many umbrellas. I'm not joking.
I know we do have another question over here from one of our lovely fans who's hiding behind a mask right now.
Is that the doctor?
No, are you one of the Joy Kills? Or the Killjoys?
Killjoys.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's up,
can I
emo
marry
kid?
him then? Can I marry you?
Which one?
The one with the mustache.
Oh.
Yeah, look at you. See, you don't
Look
need
at
all that
this.
skill.
Look at this.
Which
Getting
one?
married.
You don't think this college?
Not One Punch Man, the one with the blue cap.
Oh my God.
We
If
need
you get on
that
your knee, get on your knee.
soundboard. We need that on a soundboard.
Bruh. Oh my God.
Put a ring on it, sister.
A common problem in
happy that
independent
got
wrestling.
You have to buy you a drink first, sweetheart. Like,
Exactly.
She can't. She's only 18.
oh yeah. Oh, suck it, America.
Oh man. What is that the actual question?
Are you blushing?
No, the question was, will you marry her?
Will he marry her? You gotta come and propose.
I have commitment
Oh,
issues.
she's coming down. She
Yeah, watch
won't
out,
get- Come
Ladies
get your
and gentlemen,
man.
in FSCW seconds,
Come get your man. Treat
someone's
yourself.
going to propose to one of the wrestlers.
Treat yourself.
Is
You
that?
better,
Here we go.
Wow.
It's
you better
happening.
stand up, you piece of
I
garbage.
will be your bride.
It's happening.
I wasn't expecting this. All right, hello.
Move over John Cena and whichever Bella he's dating.
Right,
Like,
hello. Are you giving me a bracelet?
Here we go.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to give it back.
Will you?
Would you get out of the way? You're ruining this. You can take a knee too, but differently.
yeah, Nikki or Brie Bella, move out of the way. You got Daniel Bryan's like.
Oh, I like your shirt, by the way. I'm seeing them on Warped Tour.
Oh, me too. When you going?
Oh, they're going on a date.
This might actually happen.
Planning the honeymoon. Planning
This
the
started as
honeymoon.
a weird
Marry
joke,
me.
but it might actually happen now. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, I give to you Mr. and Mrs. Killjoy Luigi.
You need to give her the bracelet.
This is great.
Mr. and Mr. Killjoy Luigi.
I really loved how she worded that. She was like, please don't keep my gay bracelet.
Yeah, that's how you do it, girl. Be assertive.
Because they don't want you in their
Go
society.
There we
after
go.
what you want. Give it 100%.
And
You miss
what-
100% of the shots you don't take.
Right. That's what we were talking about. She embodies. She listens well. All right, you probably got
BD.
All
names in
right,
school.
after that love connection, we'll be back in 2 and 2, folks.
Just goes to show you literally anything can happen here at FSCW. We've got love connections being formed, fantasy matches being booked. Oh, it was a heart. I thought you were
I
trying to
made
say
a
something.
heart.
I thought you were trying to say something very, very important. Double hand in the microphone,
I
getting
made
ready to
a
make a
heart.
massive announcement. Does anyone else have any questions for our lovely FSCW superstars?
Yeah, what are you gonna name your guys as kids?
Yeah.
Oh, there's
What are you
one.
gonna name your kids?
Mushroom 1, Star.
Okay, well you have a boa constrictor as a child. Congratulations, Brandon.
Yeah.
I know
So-
Brandon. That's probably for the best.
I mean, Boglesters, Koopas, you know. Same.
I might. Yeah,
That's fair, that's
same
fair.
thing.
I know one person who definitely has a question, and it's this guy right over here. What's your question for these lovely people over here?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, baby.
Look
How
at
you
this
doing?
guy over
How
here.
you doing?
How you doing?
First off, how you doing?
I'm doing good, boo. How you doing?
Doing pretty well.
You're...
You look good. I like your hair. Thank you. You look good. everything you got going on right now. I love it.
He's still blushing from his proposal, so he's pretty warm.
Yeah, that doesn't happen to me. So
You little cutie.
So, what is missing from FSCW? If you could choose one thing, not necessarily to bring in someone who's not here, maybe an aspect to the ring.
Tag
or to,
belts.
Industrial fans.
Catering.
Yeah,
you
on
guys
time
didn't
catering.
think about this at all. This is just right off the top of the head, huh? Good hair
Good
extension.
hair extension. We need some, yeah.
Oh,
We need some
yes.
glue.
Or
Some
just wig glue.
Yeah.
We need
Well,
better
if
weaves.
Ray would stop using the force to remove weave, that would be great.
Like, I have to have short hair, so does everybody else.
What?
The force weave snatch.
yo, it was so funny. Someone asked me last night why Arya's wig didn't come off.
We'll see.
They asked me why everyone else's did, but not Arya's. And I was
Well,
like,
actually, you know what I think what we do need, especially after last night, and because of all you great fans, we're going to need a bigger room. So thank
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah.
Need a bigger
for coming
boat.
out last night.
We were
So-
literally standing room only. We had to have people literally come off the wall and find seats amongst strangers because there were so many people in here last night. I'm sure the
That's
picture
so
is going to come
great.
up on social media. Is a picture from the ring, and it's just a sea of faces smiling and waiting for this crazy show that we
like
do
the
here.
Fire marshal.
Thank you guys all so much.
The police probably removed about 300 people last night because we were so busy. We were so packed.
We got another question from the world's biggest Dwayne Wade fan.
D Wade.
Yesterday in the arena, one of the wrestlers showed off the moons.
The moon?
Yeah. Is that like
Who showed off a moon?
No, the big black butt that came out in the middle of the Rumble. That's what he's talking about, right? That's what we're all talking
Okay,
about.
he said last
Birdie.
night. Yeah, he said last night.
Oh, he said
something
last
else.
night. Did somebody else
But
put their butt out?
That's what he means, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Oh,
I know
yeah,
what
yeah.
you're talking about, man. We got you. I got you. You're my D Wade. I'm your Braun.
It
You know
was
what I'm
a full
saying?
Laid it up, you dunk it. Good job.
Jason's back.
Yeah, we had a malfunction, a wardrobe malfunction. Large man did not wear a belt with his pants for some reason. I guess he didn't ever know he was large.
Hey, it happens.
You know, and yeah, it was a whole mess of butt out.
You just kept trying to pull it up, but
And it was
not-
great because so a little inside story, a little inside baseball for you. I was the one kind of doing stuff with him at the moment, and like he crushes me on a rope, and he turns to run, and his pants are like way under his butt, and all I can do is giggle. So like he's trying his best to pull it up, and after it was all over, I was talking to the guy that plays Star-Lord, and he goes, every time he stomped me, I tried to pull his pants down more and more. And so that was the reason they kept coming down, because every time he went to Caleb would just try to pull them down more and more.
Yeah, we do have some wardrobe malfunctions. In case you guys didn't see during that big tag match last night, Mario and Luigi lost their hats. I lost my hat, almost my goggles. We had James's wig go flying off. Junkrat's bombs. I think the only person who didn't lose anything in that whole match was Deadpool.
No, and actually,
Just his dignity.
just my dignity. But to play piggy off that story, would you say that Star Lord was trying to become a Moon Lord?
Ah, yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
The 9 o'clock show is completely different from the midnight show.
He's just
Catch you guys
following
later.
in his daddy's footsteps. His dad's a planet. He wants to be a moon, you know? And hey, let's not forget, I don't think none of you guys were here for that, but the first time Captain America was around, back when he was still the first Avenger, one of his very first matches came out, got
He's
knocked
still the
down,
first Avenger.
he
You
fell
can't take
down,
that from
legs came apart, and the whole pants from zipper to butt crack just whoop, right open.
That happened
From
again.
the rooter to the tutor.
Saturday happened last night. No, that happened Friday night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Captain America is too thick for his own good.
And then last night he blew the back of his costume out.
He sure
with
did.
3 C's.
Thick,
The thick man,
You just stop working out so much.
right?
making the rest of us look bad.
Go
Fred
on a date, eat a
Flintstone,
slice of pie.
what's your
Right.
question for these
Get
amazing
married.
people?
A couple of us were actually talking during the matches last night.
That's rude.
Yeah.
Come on,
Horrible.
man.
In be-
But you were
between the
texting
matches.
too.
So like when Poison Ivy throws her dust or Hellboy's face ends up over the mat, does that change like your footing at all? Like does it make it more difficult?
Honestly,
or
we just really
slipperier?
hope you don't notice and keep going on like nothing's wrong.
I don't think it really. Not with a canvas, not with like this material of canvas. It's got a lot more traction than some.
Jinx
but like,
is canon. We had to sweep up before. That was the only.
which
one.
took forever.
Oh my goodness, yes.
But like, if it was, they make like vinyl canvases that are, if they get wet, they become very slick. And the bottom of wrestling boots, for the most part, don't have the most traction.
Yeah.
So in that case, yeah, it could be a little bit more dangerous. But as far as like a dry powder or water on a cloth canvas like this, it's not so bad.
And Spider-Man slips. 'Cause
It just
he
makes
has
you want to
slips.
not fall down there. Or Storm could get off her butt.
Ooh.
Just come out here and go.
The champ moves when she moves, brother. Look.
No one tells Aurora Monroe what to do or when to do it.
I gave you guys rain last night. Be grateful. Jeez.
I had to walk in that damn rain.
Well, you're welcome. It's helping you grow.
It was hot.
I am Groot.
Does anyone else over here maybe have any questions for our FSCW wrestlers? No? All right, well, do you guys have any questions for each other? Anything, any pressing matters that you need to attend to that you wouldn't mind doing here in front of these lovely folks?
Are we just going
to
Yeah, come on.
This is officially
All right, y'all,
Festivus.
it's the last day of the con. Shoot on each other.
Shoot on each other.
Ariel, I think you phoned it in. I'm just kidding.
What?
I think you phoned it in.
All right.
Not using your air powers properly, sweeping out the ring.
And you know what? While we're getting it out, Zane, I
I
like you
am
better
so
as the
sorry.
party man.
I was a little
I
preoccupied.
liked it better when you drank beer and didn't like water.
Yeah, when I wasn't a body guy.
Oh, yes, we will indeed be wrestling today. 6 p.m. right here in the FSCW arena. We got a bunch of panels and Q&As and stuff going on before then. You're going to get to see every one of these beautiful people over here beating each other up and throwing each other over the top rope. It's going to be awesome. Mr. Eagles fan.
That's how we show love.
Quick question. I saw, I think on Thursday, when Bane went crazy and threw a junk right off the ring. Did he get hurt at all? Or I know Cora got hurt jumping off the top. Man, how is she doing?
Junkrat is a very durable man. He's from Australia, so he's used to it. He lives in Junkertown. He's quite all right. I think Road Dogg, you'd be the one to know.
Australia tries to kill you, Zane.
He's your tag partner. I think he's all right, right?
Aaron is all right. Aaron is fine.
He's a very durable guy.
Renee, she's doing better. She's at home now, resting.
She didn't
No, she's
break
just got a nasty
anything.
sprain.
It's just just a sprain.
Dope.
Yep, these things happen when you're in wrestling. You got to be able to roll with the
Brandon's
punches.
wife's bridesmaid has a question.
I will come right over here to the for our wonderful maid of honor.
Who are you gonna propose to? One Punch Man, what's up?
I mean, I'll propose to anyone.
Yeah, that's right.
You kids, in the way you just throw love away.
That's right. Any one of us can get it.
Yep, you all can get got.
I was gonna ask
BDE.
what your cosplay lineup for tonight would be, and if anyone's gonna be Danny DeVito.
He's right there.
Wait, what? Hold
Danny
on.
DeVito's right there.
I can't see it. How you doing?
How you doing?
What? She proposed.
She'll said she'll propose to anyone. Any
Danny
takers?
DeVito, get on up here.
Even your
Come on,
friend's
Beast.
new husband? How dare you?
Oh, man,
What kind of friend are you?
Ooh. The lineup tonight, we won't give it all away, but you'll see people such as
Storm.
FSCW Champion Storm.
That's me. You're welcome.
Big Swole.
You'll see
Big
all
Swole.
of us.
Big Storm.
You'll have your Kim Possible. You'll have your
Category 5.
your Yang and your Lana Kane.
Jinx.
Lobo will be here. Skeletor, Beastman. Huh?
I will be a defending champion.
He's bulking and he's cutting. He's bulking. He's cutting. He's definitely balding.
Definitely balding.
Getting be a better wrestler too.
There won't be as many wrestlers that have been here the last 2 nights, but it'll still be a very large cast and crew.
Alrighty, so got some real good questions so far. Oh yeah, no, it's great. This is normally everyone just sits here and waits for me to do
the
it.
best panel we've ever done.
I'm just doing legwork. This is great.
Ask us some really weird stuff. Don't ask us about wrestling and stuff. Just ask us some what's your favorite pizza stuff?
Yeah, you can ask us anything.
Let's get weird
Do you
about
do you like watching indie wrestling or mainstream wrestling more?
Indie.
Well, I work for an independent wrestling merchandise company, so I edit wrestling all the time. So the last thing I want to do when I go home is watch wrestling. But I keep up with the indie scene more so than WWE or anything else, just because it's thrown in my face non-consensually. So
I pay more attention to the indie scene.
Indies?
Question?
Unsure?
I have to say I like storylines more, so I'm all in for the big companies who do like the storylines week to week. You know, movies are really cool, but I'm a soap opera junkie. I'm just like, oh no, she didn't. I'm one of those, and 205 is obviously the best.
We got another question over here from Mr.
Bump that
Bolo.
show.
Political areas.
Why would that be?
Between the indies, which one would you rank better, PWG or Russell Circus? I enjoy-
PWG.
Well, neither of those are English promotions, so.
I understand.
Love you guys.
Okay, then. Progress is in there?
Sorry.
Progress.
Oh, progress, yeah. We love progress.
PWG.
Oh,
for
so
me.
it's just PWG or Russell Circus?
Yes.
PWG.
Or progress.
Or progress.
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 But
Progress.
yeah, PWG mainly because it's more accessible. I haven't seen any Russell Circus because I've never been to Texas. Well, I've been to Texas, but not for that particular reason. But yeah, PWG between the two. New Japan's doing real awesome stuff right now. I mean, that's kind of the big dog indie scene.
I would say PWG because I author the Blu-ray for PWG. So
if you find yourself near the High Spots table downstairs, booth number 604.
High Spot Superstore. Get all of your wrestling needs.
Yeah, the one-stop shop.
I do like me a bit of Wrestle Kingdom.
Which you can also find PWG on the High Spots Wrestling Network, $9.99 a month.
this is true, Zane.
Get all of your indie.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
You know
shameless
they
plug.
keep-
Go for your guys, man. Go for it.
So they keep the $9.99 thing, right, as a gimmick. So it's actually more expensive to have the network in the UK than it is in America.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
£9.99 instead of $9.99.
Well,
It's like,
actually, side note, since we're just throwing out numbers, actually today on the High Spots Wrestling Network, it's only $5. So if you want to do a special today,
Some $5 wrestling for you guys.
exactly, so you can jump on that.
$5 wrestling.
Which is on High Spots.
High
Spots
Spots
Network.
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 All
That
right.
you can get for $5.
What's your favorite indulgent dessert to eat?
Ooh, I like this question.
Ooh, here we go.
All right, number
what is
one.
my
We're getting
favorite?
somewhere.
I love me some profiteroles. I had them on my wedding cake. I don't know if profiteroles are such a big thing over here. So they're like puff pastry with custard cream and stuff in them.
Sounds
So we
very
call them like a
British
cream
of
puff.
you.
Yeah, like a cream,
Yeah,
a
okay.
cream puff here, but there's you make big towers of them, and then you put chocolate over them. and yeah.
Oh, God.
I
I
love
watch
it.
cooking shows. I get that.
Yes, but they're this big though, so you don't feel too bad after you've had 20. You're like, oh, but they're only this big. Doesn't really count.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's so good.
The entire Publix bakery.
Hey.
The key lime cheesecake, the original cheesecake, the strawberry cake, the buttercream cake, the marble cake.
We had to walk past it all this morning.
Tell us
we're
more,
like,
Forrest
oh, we'll go
Gump.
get our salads.
All of it. Literally, I'm the bubble of Publix. I love it.
I really love
Bubba
cinnamon
Gump.
rolls. Cinnamon rolls?
Ooh.
Have you tried the ones from Panera Bread? Oh my God.
Panera Bread has cinnamon rolls?
Yes. Oh
They're the
my
real
God.
big
They're
ones, I think.
huge. They're like jumbo, and they just melt. My God.
Jake doesn't eat sweets. So.
Shut your mouth. Because I will go crazy on one of those gas station strudels that you see right at the checkout aisle, on the bags, little things. That if I feel really nasty, that's where I go. So
Are there sheets in this area? The store
No,
sheets?
we just got Wawa.
Does anybody know what a sheets is? It's like a Wawa. I mean, it's
It's like
basically the
Wawa,
same deal, but it's way better than that. Yeah, suck it, Wawa.
I swear.
They
It's not even
Fighting
biased.
words. Ooh.
It's
they
not even
have
biased.
I'll give me all those gaped mouths. I'll tell you about. I'll fill it full of sheets food.
Like whenever you're driving to New Jersey, there's this really horrible spot in Virginia where like there's literally a Sheetz on one side of the road, a Wawa on the other, and you're at the intersection having to make the like the choice. And it's like, I have lived in Chicago. That is the closest I have ever seen to like gang warfare.
Yeah.
Like in the car of wrestlers, we're like, all right, so it's Sheetz or Wawa, and it's always a fight every time.
Always.
Every indie wrestler will have an opinion. But Sheetz has this. It's almost like a Twinkie, but it's like a cake-like macaroon, and it's like that big.
Ooh, yes.
And it's like it's called a sugar cookie gob, and that Jesus stuff is bananas.
On the
So good.
on the
Sugar cookie
Sheetz
gobs.
note, they have these like, it's not a dessert, but they're like the Uncrustables, but it's the Sheetz version. And they have one that's peanut butter and banana cream. And like, I'm fairly positive it's going to give me salmonella one day, but it'll be so worth it.
Have you tried the peanut butter and honey?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
honey,
good.
what is
That peanut
that?
butter and honey with the wheat. Oh, and zingers.
If you guys want to hang out
Not
for the rest of our junk
chocolate
food
ones, but the
conversation,
raspberry
you can. You
ones.
can go home.
This is now officially the FSCW dessert Q&A.
All right.
Now-
Like, we are just,
and also,
When you only have like
we
one
really have a lot of
cheat day, you
opinions
think
about
this.
like we're just
Next
like,
topic is
oh yeah,
cheesecake.
those
Now,
two.
and the sheet gobs, they come in other flavors, man. They have like a chocolate and a red velvet and like a peanut butter,
Ooh, red
and then they do a pumpkin one come the season.
Yeah, America
That
did Red
sugar-
Velvet right. Like,
Yeah, we did.
If you
when
ever
you have
go,
like France.
How have you guys been doing it?
No, but you know what I mean? Like when you have like France next door, you have like so many like amazing desserts, and then like I find a lot of American desserts very sweet personally because I didn't grow up with such high sugar volumes in desserts.
Suck
That's
it.
the nicest way I can put that, but
You garbage people, you.
but the red velvet cake. You did that one right, America.
there's a
that's some
place
good
in
cake.
Do you know the
Key
Red
West
Velvet
and in
Cake?
Orlando called wait, I can't name it. But either way, it's a dessert restaurant, and they have this thing called Between the Red Velvet Sheetz cheesecake. Oh. Yeah, you know what I'm telling you. But yes,
In
that's
in North Carolina, we have this restaurant called Cookout. Notice how all the North Carolina people just groaned in satisfaction at once.
All of the people that have been through just orgasmed. It was odd.
It is currently the month of July, and they have this this watermelon milkshake that is really good.
as a black person. I will say that watermelon shake is really good.
'Cause it's like-
FSCW Women's Champion Elle Monroe, stamp of approval.
They have like 100 different ways that you can make your type of shake, but like it's that watermelon one is really good.
and if you ask real nicely, they'll mix and match flavors for you.
Yes.
So like
Like a vanilla Heath toffee caramel butterfinger.
you can get
shake.
like chocolate and banana pudding shake at the same time.
Which one of you have diabetes?
Oh,
Oh my god, I love it. Like, so I
All of
travel
us
with
got
Ariel
sugar.
a lot, like a lot. And every time we go past somewhere, she knows the best thing on every menu. Every single menu. She'd be like, oh, PDQ, right. What you want to get is chicken. Da, da, da.
you want to get the honey butter chicken?
Okay, mama.
Oh, the honey butter chicken is so good.
I thought we were
she's
just
just
supposed
like
to give
the-
one answer. Why are you guys giving six answers?
Why don't you have more opinions?
When it comes to
Hostess's
food,
honey buns,
we are
gosh
like-
dang it.
Fine.
Food is life for wrestlers. Like we always be eating.
We finally hit a good, like,
Well, unless we're here, Dan.
Dan.
She
No
threw some
on-site
shade.
catering.
Shade.
I will say this is definitely the most interactive question we've ever gotten from an audience member, so thank you very much for that
Yes.
question.
Thank you.
Thank you for that
You
question.
have more
Yeah.
questions like that,
Ask
and not
us
about
some
silly
weird-
wrestling.
Yeah, you have any other
Absolutely.
weird questions or something like that?
We do have another question right over here
It's actually not a question.
from Mario.
Mario, hi everybody, I'm
Buddy,
Mario.
see? Junkrat's alive.
It's
And
you,
Junkrat's
Mario.
just got here. So less of a question and more of a comment. I just wanted to congratulate Bat Rock because France just won the World Cup 4-2.
What?
Oh, that's the only win you're gonna get.
Sacre bleu, we did it. Mon Dieu. I am so happy I could pee. Thank you very much.
You're
I had no
happy you
idea.
could pee?
First the Eagles, now France. 2018 is the year for underdogs. We
It
got
really
this,
is.
Mario.
Look, he's got
We're
the
winning
Eagles hat.
tonight.
But spoiler alert, Batroc would not win tonight.
Probably
Can
not.
I
Ever.
just explain that you're all cheering right now would be like an English person cheering because Canada won the World Cup over the USA.
Here's
Like,
the thing.
That's what like France and England are like. Like we just got knocked out like 2 days ago, man.
Let me tell
Take
you
it
about
down. Take it down.
Somebody's still got a touchy subject about it.
Touchy.
Let me clarify. We would cheer just as hard if Canada won the World Cup. And America doesn't really care.
About
I didn't
Yeah,
know we weren't
our
in
football
it
is shaped
until
different.
like the tournament round started.
Yeah,
like,
you
group
guys
play had
don't like
ended.
football that much.
No.
So we got to do lightning round. Quick questions.
There's a movie being made about your life. What's it called and who's playing you?
I'm
That's a good
playing
one.
myself.
God.
I want that money.
I'm still at a pretty good age to play myself.
My answer would be Adventures of Remo Williams Part 2. That would be what it'd be called. So that would be Fred Williams.
I'd call mine Just Smile and Wave.
Trying to think of fat kids. Like who's fat? No, but like a fat
Johnny
child.
was not fat
See, because my
anymore.
idea is that in my movie, whoever plays me, I play my father in the movie because obviously I'm older. So that would be I get my money that way, where I play my dad to young fat me. It's gonna be called Heavyweights too.
2.
Electric Boogaloo.
I think I would call my movie Jesus Christ Why, and this is a real answer. I really want Michael Cera to play me in the movie of my life because
you want someone older than you to play you.
Yeah.
Good.
Because did y'all ever see This Is the End, the movie where everyone plays themselves and. I love him so much in that movie.
All right, and the final question in our lightning round goes to.
If you
What?
guys could
I don't
have
have a
any
movie.
superpower, given that you are still you, what would you have and why?
Any superpower. It's always a good one for our FSCW people.
So this is this is definitely one that comes up on a Friday night. What would you do? So I've thought about this. I would want to be able to levitate things. Because, I'd either want to levitate or to be able to fly. But if I can levitate things, I think I can probably levitate myself.
It's a solid answer.
Have you ever
Loopholes.
Have you ever seen the movie Hollow Man?
Okay, wait a minute now.
No,
Yikes.
I'm kidding.
Yikes.
I'm kidding. I
This
want
took a turn.
Wolverine's regeneration powers, so professional wrestling would be a lot easier, and I wouldn't have the body of a 50-year-old man.
I would duplicate so I could make my double go to wrestling and I could stay home where I would much rather be most of the time. Or I would have them do this right now and I'd be downstairs playing Dungeons & Dragons.
That's a solid answer, Zane.
I don't know if it's because I'm bald and I have an affinity towards Professor Xavier, but I'd like to read minds, just to get into everybody's head and get what I want out of people, so I have more information to get done what I need to get done.
That's a good one.
I want magic. When you have magic, you have it all.
That is a solid.
Just like a synonym for superpower?
Well,
I just want a magic wand and then I can do it all.
Nope, no. I just want magic within me so I can just boom, bam, instant gratification all day, every day.
Dazzler.
Traveling between worlds.
There we go. You guys heard it here first. Magic, mind reading, multiplicity, muscles,
Steve.
and magic to levitate herself. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the FSCW Q&A. Thank you so much for stopping by and asking some really good questions.
Wait, you didn't let me answer my other question.
was
Layla
another
Ali would play me.
Oh,
by the way.
she's pretty,
Layla,
she's
Layla
pretty
Ali,
awesome. Layla Ali,
would
Muhammad
play
Ali's
me,
daughter.
and it would be like Big Swole is good at everything.
Big Swole's Adventures.
Big Swole.
It's a 12-part docuseries. Anyone who would like any pictures with some of our lovely...